I'm on the phone with Chris Wilson, Open Web Platform Developer Advocate working on Chrome at Google. Chris, good morning, and thanks for agreeing to the call.
Good morning.
Chris, the topic is Web Professional Trends for 2014, and I'd like you to look in the crystal ball and share with the subscribers of this podcast, what are the trends that you're seeing or hearing for 2014 for web professionals?
Well, I think, Bill, the biggest trend that we've been in the middle of actually for a year or two now, but is really starting to take off, is the trend towards mobile. And that's not moving completely into native applications or anything like that. It's actually taking all the web skills that people have and understanding that those have to be applied not just to this desktop space, but to mobile as well. I think it's actually most of the predictions that I've seen are in 2014, if not 2014, then 2015. The usage of web, like the number of page accesses from mobile will actually pass the desktop page accesses. So you're actually going to see more people visiting your websites and applications from a mobile device, whether it's a mobile phone or a tablet or whatever, than you will from desktop. And this is really a pretty big shift. I've been in the middle of developing this course done with. I'm kind of in the final stretches of getting it nailed down, that is designed to help people take their skills in designing and developing with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you don't throw all those away to move to mobile. All you do is you have to understand mobile has some different aspects about it. Like there are things you need to care about that you don't really care about as much on desktop. And I think that we're going to see more and more developers and really anyone who deals with the web has to think about how do people use these services and these applications coming from a tablet device or a smartphone, and what sort of experience they get.
What I like about what I just heard is that these skills are portable. So those who have been studying HTML and JavaScript, CSS for a number of years now can jump right in feet first into the mobile scene, right?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that the Chrome team as a whole, not just the developer relations team, but the engineering team as well, for the last about 2 years now, we've really been focused on building a really incredible mobile browser and mobile engine, like taking the open web platform implementation that's in desktop Chrome and moving all of those cool things into mobile. So anybody who follows me on social networks or anything knows one of my personal passions, the things that I'm most excited by technically for kind of personal reasons, is web audio and using the web platform to build great audio applications, whether they're building synthesizers or sequencers or digital audio workstations, or just using kind of sonification of normal applications. And one of the things that I got really excited by this year is that we got web audio working not only in iOS but in Android as well, including things like audio input. So, I've been building this. I've been building a set of demo applications for a long time now. Now all of those can work on mobile devices as well. So I have, a vocoder application. I can actually run that in the web platform on my phone. I built a tuner application. I now have a web platform-based guitar tuner that I can use to tune my guitar. I don't even need to have a separate native application for that anymore.
Wow, that's exciting. And that not only is a trend, but that is really fulfilling the promise of the web, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I mean, there are still things like the vocoder was a great example where, the first thing I had to do was figure out how to shrink the user experience down and get it to fit onto, my Nexus 5's phone screen. But then the second thing that I had to do was, it turns out it's just a really CPU-intensive program. It was sucking a whole lot of CPU bandwidth, and it just wasn't going to work on a mobile device. So I had to figure out how to trim that down and give an experience that was still, the core experience, but in a very different space. And that's what I've done. So now you have this scalable experience. It's not two separate applications. You still go to the same web page for it, whether you're on desktop or mobile, and you just get a slightly different experience depending on what device you're on.
Happy holidays to you, Chris. Thank you.
You too.
Again for your contribution and for taking the time to talk to me today. I really, really appreciate it.
Definitely.